Now I'm going to be talking about the Estonian history. The first citizens of Estonia arrived in the Baltic region thousands of years ago, at the same time that other future countries in that area experienced the beginning of their colonization. In the first centuries of the Common Era, the territory was already divided into a few units. From the 10th century onwards, Scandinavian Vikings advanced through the regions and ushered in a period of intensified foreign occupations in the Baltic countries, including Estonia. The Germans entered the country in the 12th century, which led to the introduction of Christianity in Estonia and other countries in the region, and in direct conflicts between the Vikings, whose primary motivation was religion, since the Scandinavians were atheists. The German rule lasted until the 16th century, and in that period, Latvia and Estonia formed the Livonian Confederation, also called Livonian. With the disintegration of this confederation, Estonia was incorporated into the Swedish Empire, which now consists of a large part of the Baltic region. After a period of conflict between Sweden and Russia, territories in northeastern Europe were annexed to the Russian Empire from the 18th century forward, including Estonia. Many reforms were made in Estonian territory, initially benefiting the wealthier classes. At the beginning of the 19th century, however, economic and social measures were directed at the peasants and provided them with a significant improvement in life in general. Urbanization and industrialization advanced, but the Russian Revolution at the beginning of the 20th century had affected Estonia, and the country gained its independence in 1918, but was dominated by the Soviet Union in 1940. The recovery of its supremacy only happened with the end of the SSR in 1991. Estonia became a member of the European Union in 2004, and in 2011 formally joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Now I'm going to talk about the Estonian tourism. The first is of the capital of Alexander Nevsky, with a beautiful architecture and the same time with a same story behind. The second is the simple Arbor Museum known as Lenusadon, is a boat museum that is located in the city of Tallinn capital. The castle of Pompeii was built and used between the 10th and 11th centuries. Nowadays is the Estonian Parliament. Center Square, Town Hall Square, which is statue of a square and medieval times. And finally, the Tallinn Territory, which was very important. Story is the story of Estonian independence.
Now I'm going to talk about Estonia's economy. Estonia is a developed country with a modern, market-based economy. The country's GDP per capita stands out as one of the highest in the Central European region and also among the Baltic countries, having reached the value of $29.7 thousand. Since 2004, the country is an official member of the European Union, having joined the Eurozone 7 years later. The country's GDP is $39.54 billion. The largest share of this value is derived from the services sector, which comprises commerce, on which a large part of the Estonian economy is based, and services in general, among which telecommunication and finance stand out.
Now I'm going to talk about the Estonian education. Education in Estonia is highly valued and is one of the fundamental pillars of the country's structure. The country's education system is free and funded by the state, which contributes 6.8% of its GDP to the sector. Formal education in Estonia dates back to the 13th and the 14th centuries, when the first convents and the cathedral schools were founded. Today, the country combines learning with equal access to technology to create the best education system in the West. The Estonian education system allows school autonomy, giving teachers the freedom to design and adapt to all curriculum, including choosing textbooks and teaching methods they consider appropriate of their objectives and focus of the study. Principals, meanwhile, can find and hire new teachers, allocate the school budgets, and they see fit assess the need for teacher training. Currently, the Estonian education strategy prioritizes the lifelong strategy 2020, which believes that one individual's learning should be an integral part of the entire life regardless of their age. To this end, the aim of the strategy is understanding the role of the birth evolving and simulating in the various ways, whether through culture, institutions such as and museums, or in more traditional ways such as at courses and the teaching centers.
Now I'm going to talk about the Estonian dish. The course of history. Estonia has been occupied by various countries such as Germany, Sweden, Denmark, and Russia, which has influenced your cooking and other aspects. A Swedish dish, Vasco cooking, known as salmon, has become part of Estonian culture. Estonians have a tradition of enjoying Vasco cooking on Shrove Tuesday, which are rolls filled with almond paste, whipped cream topping and a piece of bread, forming on sandwich, additionally eaten wet in warm milk.